Are you ready for Thing Blaster? What's up, Card Fighters? Ryan here from Vanguard Central, bringing you guys episode 3 of Cardfighters Network.
Stand up, Vanguard!
Today we are going to be talking about this deck right here, Thing Blaster. Is this deck really a deck? Can it actually overpower many other decks that are coming out just because of 3 common and rares? Let's go ahead and check it out. This again right here is like what I did with the Raging Form build. I'm going to be talking a little bit about why it's so strong, why the deck actually is something to look out for post set 6, which did just come out today. So let's go ahead and talk about it, guys. I am bringing up again CardProtagonist build. This is his deck profile. You should definitely check him out. This is the what's it called, Japan build. So this is running a 6 grade 3s, which is pretty neat. 6 grade 3s is something that I think is very good, especially for this type of deck because we are running Wingle Brave, because it's easily searchable for the MLB. So you get a guaranteed 3. It's pretty nice because we do have a new grade 1 Barkle. So now we have Barkle and also Laura to combo off the first turn Wingle Brave, making him live. That's pretty neat. So this is running 6 grade 3s. Secret Thing Saber Dragon, obviously a force to be reckoned with just because of its ability to have a triple attack, a possible triple attack if you have the requirements for it. And this deck actually makes it super consistent just because of Barkle and especially Lu, which is the new grade 2. Basically these 3 cards right over here, we got Lu, we got the Barkle, and we got the Flogel. So basically these are the 3 cards that definitely made the deck as strong as it is today. For the other grade 3s that you do run, it would be MLB or Ultimile. Obviously you gotta run MLB for this type of deck because a Wingle Brave makes it live. You get a guaranteed grade 3 and you also get a guaranteed stride fodder. I personally do not like the Ultimile variant where you run the 1 copy. I'm just gonna run 2 MLBs because I really don't see the point in running the Ultimile. Like, sure, people do it for the soul and you get it for the nice power boost, but why would you waste your CBs and your crit triggers from hand to fill the soul when Lu already does that? And Ultimile, you really don't want to be an Ultimile. I don't ever see a point where you would want to. People say like, oh, it has a good late game power boost, but you're gonna kill them anyways with Think Saver and the early MLB turn, and your grade 2 game in this is just so strong. So I really don't see the need to play Ultimile. If you guys want to tell me otherwise, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Prove me wrong or something like that. For grade 2s, this is pretty similar to what I'm running, actually the same. The 4 Blaster Blades because it's Boku no Bunshin, 3 Blaster Blade Seekers, and also 4 Lus. You gotta run 4 Lus. It's just ridiculous because it's so strong. If you guys already know the skill, read it right over here. Basically, when he's boosted by Blaster Flame, Barkle, or Flogel, they're both new cards. He gets plus 3k, so he does swing for 12, and he doesn't need to swing at Vanguard for the 3k skill, because he hits as long as he's boosted by it, he gets 3k. But the second part of the skill has to attack Vanguards, because it's counterblast 1 and put into the soul. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 Blaster in his card name, call it to rearguard, and that unit gets plus 3k. So not only does he become a heavy hitter, the Blaster that you do call can hit Vanguard alone, which is really strong, especially if your opponent's not grade 1, because it's nice 12 to their 7, so it's a required 10k guard. So this right here has a lot of early game, especially if you combo it with Barkle and Blaster Blade. His cost is basically free, and you put Lu in the soul for Think Saver's cost. So this just mitigates Think Saver's cost by a landslide, making the triple attack and the double restand play a little bit more consistent. Going back to grade 2s, we are running the 1 copy Blaster Dart and 1 Blaster Blade Spirit. Blaster Blade Spirit is there for the 10k, so that what I personally like doing early game is, if I already have the MLB in hand, then I'll just go ahead and use Wingle Brave skill to call out my 10k Blaster Blade, and I can ride that on my grade 2 turn, so I have a nice 10k body. Having a 10k body in this meta is very strong. It prevents a lot of anti-rushes. It makes guarding way easier. You can 10k no pass a lot of Vanguard hits if they're swinging 14 against your 10, because you can just drop a 10 and you cannot hit me. And then we want to run Blaster Dart for the light and dark power of MLB. So for grade 1s, this is very similar to what I run also, except I wouldn't run the K. There's no need to run K because you lose consistency with the Blaster grade 1s. So 4 PGG, 4 Stride Fodder. This is kind of a stride based deck, but your strides are just so powerful as well. The new card, Blaster Flame Barkle. If you guys don't know his skill, when your card named Blaster Blade, so only the original Blaster Blade, is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard in the same column. If you have a Vanguard with Blaster in his card name, you may cannot charge 1. So there's a lot of funky plays that you can do with this deck. What people do like doing is just having it behind Lu, because it swings for 19 early against their grade 2, so it's a required 15k guard, which is super strong. And then also, if you use Lu's skill, you call Blaster Blade in the same column where the Lu used to be, and then you get to unflip, making Lu's cost basically free, and you fulfill soul. Going back to the rest of the ones, I do like running the 2 Lauras just because it is a blaster, and it has resist, which is nice. You can call it out if you're playing against like League Joker, but try not to call it out if you're playing against Shadows, because you will get Diablo, so be careful for that. Why is Diablo a card? And then going on to the trigger lineup, this is running 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. I do like this. So 4 of them being the new Floral Paladin Flogel. If you guys don't already know its skill, it's a counterblast 1 at the end of the battle that this unit, or that your unit Blaster Blade, so only the original Blaster Blade, like I said before. You can counterblast 1. If you do, you choose a Blaster Blade on rearguard circle, and you can stand it, and you send this card back to the deck. So not only is it a crit that goes back into your deck, it also makes Blaster Blade basically a Tidal Assault. And our starter is Ringo Brave. I don't see why you would run a Melius in this deck. Melius is for the Sanctuary Guard deck, it's for the Ultimate deck, it's not for this deck in particular, because Ringo Brave is just outstanding in this deck. It's live turn 1, even turn 2. If not, you can even get it on turn 3 and even on Thingsaver. So no matter what, if your Vanguard's going to hit once, Wingo Brave is going to go off. So Thingsaver, like I said, it has to be in Legion, but you know what I mean. For strides, we're running the 1 Madu, 1 Gabblade. Madu's there for the nice backup because we are running a 10k body MLB. Like I said, I'm not running Ultimile. I'm going to be running MLB because Ultimile does not work in this deck, at least for me. 1 Gabblade. And then also 2 Religious Soul Saver. So what's great about this is that Soul Saver is a first turn stride that can get crit. And what's amazing is that you don't even have to do the MLB Light and Dark thing now. You can just ride a Blaster, grade 1, ride a Blaster grade 2, ride MLB stride, and you get Soul Saver off right away. It's so strong because you get to power up your board as well as getting an additional crit as long as you have 2 Blasters in the Soul, which is not even hard at all to do in this deck, which is crazy. So if your opponent doesn't have a PG first stride, then you're going to take a crit to the face with triple drive. You get ready. 2 Ultimiles, because Ultimile is just a staple in any Royal Paladin deck. You get a nice grade 2, you get power boost. It's basically like a mini Sank Guard with Milius combined, Twin Sword, blah blah blah. And then 2 Saint Blows, because who needs more crits? We do, because we are Royal Paladin. So I feel like this deck is very strong, guys. It has an amazing grade 2 game. It has powerful rushes that can enable multi-attacks early in the game. So if you have 1 counterblast, you can make Lu live. You get multi-attacks going before you get to grade 3. They're either still at grade 1 or grade 2, or even if they're at 3, you can still make plays where your rear guards can still hit Vanguard because of Lu. It's annoying. Your opponent's gonna have to drop 5Ks, or they're gonna just take that damage. So having that as early as possible is really nice. Lu is just honestly MVP in this deck. This card is just so amazing. I really wish it was a triple R or a foil, not just single R. But the fact that it's single R makes it really easy to get. So I'm glad for Bushy for doing that. Blaster Flame Barkle, he's another grade 1 that gives you more consistency for unflips for the Blaster Soul for Soul Saver, and also just because of its 7k body that behind Lu makes 19. So its early game is just super strong because it's 19 on their 9k Vanguard. That's like my favorite number. And then Flogel is also a crit that's just splashable in any deck, what I really love about it. It restands your Blaster Blade, so there's more combinations that you can go for and combos that you play with a big, huge Blaster Blade with crits on it. Attack, okay, didn't hit, let's stand it again, see if it hits this time. So I think that Flogel is just a great card. My favorite thing about this deck is that it can crit almost every Vanguard attack. So, okay, except for grade 1 and 2. So you go grade 3, they're still at grade 2. You have a possible chance to go MLB Light and Dark. You swing at them with face 22 with crit. Do you have a PG? Probably not. Get crit on drive check, they'll be at 4 or 5 damage by then. Also your stride. Your first stride is going to be Soul Saver. If you have the Blaster Soul, Blaster Heart, then you go for another crit play. And it's like, do they have a PG? No. You get drive check and get another crit, they're going to kill them. Like, this deck is just so powerful. If you don't have PGs against this deck, then you just... good luck, man. I don't know what you're going to do. That was pretty much it for today's episode of CFN, guys. Let us know what you think of this deck right here. Like I said, this is CardProtagonist video. Shout out to him. I'll leave a link down below for his video, and also maybe an annotation somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere there. So anyways, like our videos, guys. Comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe for more content. Vanguard Central, out.